In this video, I will be clarifying two major yogas that are formed by Moon. Moon is the queen of planets, and if your queen is strong, that means you're strong. It's just like a game of chess. Sometimes your queen saves you. Your queen has the power to work in every direction. So it's just like that. So if you have this yoga formed by the queen of planets, that is Moon, that means you will be a king forever throughout your life. Gaj Kesri Yoga is formed by the conjunction of Moon and Jupiter, and it has to be in your Kendra. If Moon is 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th, that means a Gaj Kesri Yoga is formed. And what is Sakti Yoga? Where if Moon is 6th, 8th, or 12th from Jupiter, a Sakti Yoga is formed. And you just need to do some remedies for that. And if you are not aware about it, you can email at the link below and get my consultations for remedies for Sakti Yoga, and I shall guide you. And let's talk about Moon in all the 12 houses. In this video, I will be telling you about two main yogas that are formed by Moon with Jupiter. One is Gaj Kesri, that is an auspicious yoga, and the other is Sakti Yoga, that is a malefic yoga. And if you have it, you just need to do some remedies. You don't have to scare yourself that it is there in your horoscope, because it just leads to some kind of obstacles and ups and downs in your life. So you just need to be cautious about that. So what is Gaj Kesri Yoga? Whenever there is a conjunction of Moon and Jupiter in the Kendra, Gaj Kesri Yoga is formed. And if Moon is 1st, 4th, 7th or 10th from Jupiter, this yoga is formed. But it has to be in Kendra. What is Sakti Yoga? Sakti Yoga is when Moon is 6th, 8th or 12th from Jupiter. Then Sakti Yoga is formed. And this yoga actually it restricts you from doing your things in a smooth way. If Moon is 6th from Jupiter, that means there will be obstacles. If Moon is 8th from Jupiter, that means there will be ups and downs in your life. You will always say that always I have to struggle all through my life. And if Moon is 12th, then there will be sudden losses. But you will be able to regain whatever you have lost. And let's talk about Moon in all the 12 houses. Moon in the first house makes a person extremely beautiful, charming, passionate, sentimental, handsome, daring, and cheerful by nature. You are fond of traveling and you will be fair complexioned. Such a person will enjoy all the materialistic things of life, and you are very moody at times, though. If you have Moon in the second house, you belong to a good and a big family, and the business profits will be big throughout your life. If you are a woman, you will be pleasing personality to talk to. You might be a good singer. And if you have any influence of harsh planets in the second house and your moon is conjunct with Mars, Sun, or Rahu, you might have some speech problem, or maybe you might speak rude when you're angry. You need to check that tendency. You're a sensuous person. Such a person is always generous and soft spoken, and you might suffer from eye trouble later in your life. So you need to check that. Throughout your life, you will enjoy good food. Moon in the third house is considered average because in the third house it makes you a overthinker. You are always worrying about things that hardly matter. A person is artistic, thrifty, inquisitive, and you communicate your ideas well. But yes, your habit of changing things makes things difficult for you to be stable throughout your life. Your elder sisters are always worried about you, and you're always inclined to be attached to your brothers and sisters. And your father might change business partners several times. Your father might travel a lot, and you are also a lover of travel, and you will travel abroad a lot. And you are always charitable in nature, but the only thing you need to curb is overthinking. If you have moon in the fourth house, you have extremely cordial relations with your mother, and you extremely generous person, a creative person who always loves to travel and might invest in real estate. And if you have debilitated moon in the fourth house, then you must restrict investing in some land, because that land will not give you profit at the end of the day. And you must stay away from water until and unless you are a good swimmer. Otherwise, moon in the fourth house is considered average, and a person is popular amongst his friend circle a lot. If you have moon in the fifth house, you're extremely romantic and creative by nature, and you will be fond of amusements, pleasures, and everything that is creative, be it designing, be it playing, be it drawing. Anything that is artistic will give you pleasure, and you're a person who loves to be in the limelight. You might be an actor, a model, and you will have some interest in speculation and share market, and you will always like to take shortcuts, but you have to be sure whether you can invest in share market or not. Your mother will be extremely spiritual person, and a well placed and strong moon under such circumstances makes you a person who always wants to gain through whatever you do. Moon is considered average in the sixth house because Moon is a soft planet, and sixth house is the house of death, disease, service. You might be into a good service, you might have a job that gives you great income through service, but Moon in the sixth house gives you eyesight problems or stomach related problems later in your life. You might have water retention in your body, so you just need to eat healthy and just manage your diet well. You might not have very cordial relations with your mother, or your mother's health might be the thing that always bothers you, and you will have great wealth at the later part of your life, and your kids will be very wealthy. If Moon is in the seventh house of relationship, of marriage, of opposite sex, you always have an inclination, and you're always a person who talks very softly and sweetly to them, and you maintain a cordial bond with the other person. And in your married life, also, you are the person who's always talks with your life partner and before doing something, which is in your favor always, and it's considered extremely good because seventh house moon makes a person have good cooperative interaction with people, be it business associates or even if marriage. You have good emotional bond with your life partner, and you have a comfortable living all through your life. And in case there is any kind of Rahu Ketu conjunction here, there might be some kind of lack of interest, but eventually things get better. Moon in the 8th house is considered average because 8th house represents mysterious things, occult, unknown places, and a person is a loner. You might feel isolated and depressed at times in your life if your moon is not well supported with a good planet. And though it is good for psychology or for psychiatry, it's good for medicine research, it is good. And it is also good for criminal work because that is secretive, and you can be a good detective, and you might be a person who might be able to handle the secrets of people very well. You might be a psychologist, and marriage of such a person will also prove to be financial beneficial, and you will get a lot of wealth from your better half. So in this case it's good, but yes, for females you might face some kind of menstrual cycle problems if you have moon in the 8th house. You just need to be regular with your exercise. Moon in the ninth house is considered extremely good because it's the Trikona house, it's the fortune house, and such a person has everything that anyone would like to have. Such a person is spiritual, and he is wise. He likes to live life. He is a philosopher. He's curious about life. He loves to travel, and he is gifted person. Such a person will have a great mentor, and his first mentor will be his mother, who will, maybe she will incline the person towards spirituality and towards good life. And such a placement is considered extremely lucky. Amitabh Bachchan has ninth house moon, and we can see such a inspiring personality he is. And such people are good orators, and you will travel a lot, and such people always have multiple nationalities. It's very easy for such people to get PR of any country, so it's very lucky. Moon is the fastest moving planet, and if it is in your 10th house of career and growth, you might do extremely well in agriculture, garment business, in some kind of dry cleaning units, hotel industry, restaurant business. Anything that you put your effort into, you will gain great results because moon is actually the planet that gives you fastest results. You will never see any kind of downfall in any of your venture if you actually put effort into it wholeheartedly. Such people are positive thinkers. They never think about yesterday, they always bounce back. And we have such placements in the charts of Bill Gates and Salman Khan, and it's extremely good. If you have Moon in the 11th house of gains, this is the best placement for Moon because this is one of the Upacha houses. Upacha houses are the 3rd house, 6th house, 10th house, and 11th house, but Moon behaves best in this house. Why? Because this is the house of gains. And such a person will be a gainer of higher education, business, job, speculation, social circle, networking, inheritance. Everything will be great in your life. The native will have good social circle. You will have a number of friends. And will Moon in the 11th house, you will have many friends, particularly women. And you will be a person who will be the king of anything you do. You will be looked up to. If second house, 11th house, ninth house, they are connected, then it's just like it will give you kingly results. We see Justin Bieber, we see Tom Hanks, and Ken Reeves. They have 11th house moon, and we can see that they are superstars. Moon in the 12th house is considered average. In 6th, 8th, and 12th house, you always have to do some kind of remedies. Whereas, as in the 11th house, a person becomes extrovert, Moon in the 12th house makes you an introvert person. You will always be a person who likes to stay alone and you have very less friends. You're a private person. Sometimes, yes, you feel isolated because you're hesitant to reveal your true feelings, and sometimes you suffer with a sense of loneliness. So, you just need to take care of that. If you're doing any kind of export, it goes in your favor. And if there is exalted moon in the 12th house, you will have beautiful house with great pleasures. So this was my brief analysis on moon in all the 12 houses. If you like it, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Stay blessed, be happy. Bye-bye.